Hey friends, welcome to today's video. In this video, I'll be talking about or taking you through my what's on my aesthetic Android phone. Let's get this video started. First, let's start off with the phone model, which in my case, I'm using a Zenfone 5Z. This particular model has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage with a midnight blue glass back, meaning I have to freaking clean this thing every 10 seconds because of fingerprint. Right now, my current Android phone or Android version is Android 10. As you can see, I don't have any phone cases, and that's because A, my silicone phone case is pretty much worn out at this point, which is why I threw it away, and B, it's impossible to find cases for this phone. I mean, if I ordered online maybe, but I'm lazy. But after a few weeks, low-key, I'm liking my phone without a case. Yeah, I totally do not regret not having a case. Anyway, turning it on, you can see my lock screen first. Now, I'm kind of a fanatic when it comes to minimalism. It's a problem. It's a problem, really. I made this little lock screen wallpaper in Adobe Illustrator, and it was pretty easy to make, to be honest. And making your wallpaper allows me to make a matching one for my home screen as well. I actually almost never see my lock screen because every time I turn on my phone, I just use my fingerprint, which that is so sad, like I made it for nothing. Another perk about making your own wallpaper is that you can put little bits of Easter eggs as well. For example, down below on my wallpaper there is like this little tiny Roman numeral text, which is actually my birthday. So now you know my birthday, which is kind of creepy, and I'm not going to disclose any more information. Hashtag anonymity forever. But yeah, unlocking my phone, we get to my home screen. Now, remember a few seconds ago when I say that I'm a fanatic in minimalism? Well, if you didn't believe me, I hope this proves my point. I use Niagara Launcher, which is a fairly new launcher. It allows me to have a home screen like this as well. It lets me have few apps in front, and then the rest of the apps is going to be like hidden away from the main screen. As you can see, my home screen wallpaper is pretty much identical to my lock screen, except I moved the icon to the right and I moved it upwards a bit so that it kind of matches the launcher UI. The main app list on my main home screen is mostly utility or productivity. I rarely use social media like Facebook or Instagram, that's why I hid the apps like those. But like, who still uses Facebook unironically? Alright, moving to my first app on my main home screen, let's go. The first app we have, Forest app. This is basically like a Pomodoro timer with a feature of planting trees every time you finish a session. What I like about it is basically number one, I like plants. Up to this point, I don't know if you still can't tell if I like plants. And I think it's pretty cool to see at the end of the day, or at the end of the week or month, your garden, which is going to be full of trees grown from the time you spent on Forest app. They added a feature as well called stopwatch mode. This is kind of brand new, which instead of a timer, Pomodoro, you can set up a stopwatch. So it's like endless studying. God help me. I did pay for the premium version of Forest, and it's honestly quite inexpensive, but you can always use a free version as well. Seek if you're watching me, please sponsor me, thank you. The next app I have is called Notion. Now yes, you're probably sick and tired of hearing people calling or using Notion, but honestly, it's such a great app and it's amazing for organization. I mostly use it to schedule, or if I want to retrieve some information from my phone, I can just use Notion from my phone. I'll definitely make a video about Notion, so definitely subscribe for more future videos. Wink wink. The next app I use is Periodic Table Pro. Now, since I study a lot of chemistry, specifically stoichiometry, I decided to buy this app. Just like the name, it's a periodic table with all the elements.
Of course it has all the elements, like it's a periodic table. Why are you trying to explain it to the people?
The reason why I bought the Pro version is honestly because of the compound calculator and the chemical reaction calculator. Now those two are honestly a lifesaver because it's very easy for me to, input different kinds of compounds, and it will immediately tell me what grams per mole a compound is. And this reaction calculator is also very useful in searching up different terms or different reactions. Plus this app has a light mode, so I'm pretty much a sold. Cha-ching. Take my money. The next app I have on my list is Heavy. Not with an A, but only with an E.
Now that's what this is all
Since I work out regularly, I needed an app that would track my workout progress. Now, before I would usually track my workout manually on a paper and pen, but I forgot that workout apps existed. I mainly do workouts with heavy lifts, so this app was perfect for me because you can create your own workout and they have a list of different types of workouts or routines which you can add to your workout routine. That's a lot of workout and routine in that sentence. The final app on my main home screen is Elevate. I mainly use this app just a way to procrastinate on my phone. It's a more of a fun brain game or brain exercise to do when I'm bored or when I'm procrastinating. Now moving on to the rest of my app drawer, let's tackle my different apps alphabetically. Here we have Chrome, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's basically my main browsing app. Next we have Google Drive, which is another self-explanatory app. I usually keep my photos and files in Google Drive, and it's pretty useful in transferring files between my devices. Next app I have is Euclidia. Now this is another brain game, I suppose, except this is more focused on geometry puzzles. This is kind of great because it helps me understand different kinds of theorems as well, but at the same time this game is confusing AF. Next up we have is Google Files. Now I mainly use Google Files as my main file manager app, simply because I really like the simple UI of it. And they also have a feature where you can clean junk files from your phone. I rather use this than the stock Asus file manager app that is pre-installed in my phone. And the next few apps are pretty much self-explanatory, you know, Gmail, Gallery, blah blah blah. I have the Google app actually because I have Google Home in my house, which half of the time doesn't even work. I mainly use my Google Home as a Bluetooth speaker. That is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. I use Messenger and Line as my main messaging apps as well. Messenger is since most of my friends use it, and Line for communication with my parents and family. Next up we have is Money Lover. Now this app is my favorite app for managing money. It's very simple and it's very pretty to look at. It's also pretty easy to use, but maybe in the future I'll change to a more complicated app, but for now, this one is my number one spot for taking or managing money. Did I just say taking money? I don't take money from other people. Next up on my list we have is Black Player Music. I mostly download my songs manually because number one, I don't use Spotify. Because number two, I don't want to pay money just to listen to music. Instead, I just download all my songs manually from YouTube and I convert them into music files. I love this music app called Black Player because it's super customizable and you can download your own album covers for each song manually. Black Player Music, please sponsor me. And next up, we have, what do you know, Spotify. Now, I never use Spotify because I don't have the premium version. I don't want to pay for the premium version. It's I can just listen for free on YouTube. I just mainly use it to listen to new music or workout playlists made by other people when I'm working out. But other than that, I just use my normal Black Player Music. Next is Google Translate. Now, if you guys don't know, I live in Thailand and sometimes I can't understand what people are saying. So, of course, I have to use this app to translate Thai language. ผมพูดไทยไม่ได้ I have True Money Wallet also, which is basically an online wallet in Thailand. I mainly use it to buy my game, Metal Gear Solid 5, hashtag best game ever. And I'm also planning to use it in the future to buy subscriptions such as Netflix and possibly other products. For other apps such as Instagram and YouTube, I hid them pretty much. The only way you can open those apps on my phone is that if you search the apps manually on the search bar, so that I pretty much won't get distracted. As you can see, it's labeled as a hidden app. Anyway, that's it for my phone. I'll be doing a how to make your phone aesthetic video in the future, but for now, I hope you enjoyed my little phone tour. This is Kai Notebook, and I'll see you later. And don't forget to drink water. That is not my catchphrase, but I don't have a catchphrase. Anyway, bye! Just so like it, having sex. Hello, it's me again. This time without a script. I'm not looking at a script. Welcome and thank you for watching my video. This is my first video after the whole barrage of study with me's, and honestly I feel like it's a great call for me to not do study with me's anymore, because I feel like study with me's are just like a lazy thing for me to do. Like, oh, I don't have anything to upload today, I'll just film myself studying and then I'll just upload this as my main video. Which, no fam. It's time to make actual good content. So hopefully I've been trying to make more good content, and honestly it's much more fun. I'm not going to be obligated to, just upload random things because for the sake of uploading. But anyway, how are you guys? And yeah, I don't know, I'm just talking to myself at this point, but yeah. Anyway, subscribe for more content in the future. Ciao ciao, bye bye. Very simple because it's not too complicated